Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Do you remember our ongoing series about how brands, luxury brands, try to hide and get rid of their surplus of unsold goods, damaged goods? Apparently, a lot is not being sold. Gone are the days, and go check out my other videos on this topic because it is an ongoing series as we get and garner and gather more information about what's going on. Gone are the days of the lockdowns where all of us were not traveling, not doing anything else but spending money on luxury goods, and these luxury brands were like, yay! Giddy, giddy, giddy! Run into the bank, to cash those checks, honey. Now, the world has kind of gone back to being a ratchet like it was before the lockdowns, right? And so we're back to business, working, economy's terrible. People are not buying anymore. So these luxury brands have stopped increasing their prices, but they're sitting on apparently a load of merchandise that they allegedly cannot move. So, how does this story continue? Oh, major plot twists, and it's coming. But first, subscribe to my channel here on the tubes. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today. Gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon. superdacob all spelled together there as well for extra perks. Thank you to my members and patrons who have already pledged. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week, so come join the fun and come join the chats. But do come, whatever you do, and thumb up the video. So, as per the article payments.com, luxury brands seek discreet ways to move goods during slowdown. And the article is very teeny tiny, very short. And they're basically stating that sales across the sector, luxury sales, rose by 15% in 2022 at constant exchange rates. But the growth rate in 2023 was expected to be around half of what it was in 2022, with a prediction, slowing down furthermore in 2024. Everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. Luxury brands, they say, have traditionally been protective of their reputations for exclusivity and have avoided deep discounts. As we know, major brands like Louis Vuitton, for example, Chanel, they don't do really discounts on certain products. Some seasonal pieces and items they might. Hermes does their weird, one city sale thing where they give you a special invitation. They invite you to the city where there is going to be a sale. And then you got to travel there and you get an allocated slot. You can come in and buy something. There's a certain limit of things a certain number of pieces you can buy per item, like scarves, you can only buy a certain amount, shoes, blah, 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 clothing, and so on and so forth. Bags are not on sale usually in any of these brands. Anyway, we digress. So they say that luxury brands have been diligently weeding out discounts in recent years. According to the report, they have reduced their reliance on wholesale accounts, and they've tried to rein it all into their own personal stores to hold the control over distribution. What does this mean? This means that they want to kind of perk the reputation, but they're sitting on a lot of merch. They can't move the merch. So there's this thing. First of all, the European Union has voted against destroying surplus of merch. So if you can't sell something in the past, luxury brands would just burn it, destroy it, crush it, whatever was left over. I know, sustainability, forget about it. Forget about it. Climate revolution, climate change, forget about it. Luxury doesn't care about that. It's the most wasteful of industries, almost the most wasteful. But now the European Union has said, no, you cannot do this anymore. You cannot just burn your goods if you're not selling them. So now a lot of these luxury brands are resorting to other means necessary, right? To push the stuff out of their stores and their warehouses. One of these ways of getting rid of excess stock, off-price outlets. like TJ Maxx, for example. And I was thinking to myself, TJ Maxx, why don't I go to TJ Maxx and see exactly which brands are dumping their stuff there, allegedly? And, I saw Bottega Veneta bag, I saw Gucci, I saw Dolce Gabbana, I saw Marta Margiela. And of course, I also saw one of my favorite brands, as long as, Jeremy Scott was at the helm, Moschino. Or how many of you like to call it, Moschino or Moschino. No, it's Moschino, actually. But anyway, so I go to TJ Maxx. Guess what I find at TJ Maxx? And here's a little unboxing reveal. Well, it didn't come in a box, but it is a piece that I was looking at a couple of years ago, and it was new on the Moschino website. And I didn't buy it because I thought it's a little bit too expensive. Well, guess what? It is the infamous Moschino hair dryer, vintage style blow dryer clutch. And yes, honey, it does come with a chain. Actually, let me put the chain on right now. So it comes in its own little chain pouch, which I never recommend keeping in, because this thing is going to make this cheap chain oxidize. It's made in China, you guys. Remember a couple of years ago, I got the pumpkin bag from Moschino's own website. Also made in China, terrible quality. But anyway, collectible, novelty, blah, blah, blah. So the chain says, it has a little Moschino logo on it. So this is how the baglet looks like. This is how it looks like now. Mind you, I go to TJ Maxx, and I wanted this bag back in the day when it came out. And I was like, I'm not going to spend, what was it, like $600? $650 for the bag, for the clutch. Yes, it is a clutch. You literally lift this part up, and then inside here is, you open it up, and it's a little satin interior. You got the Moschino logo right there. And then you lift this up and you close it again. So anyway, $600. Then it went on sale at a certain point. It was like $300 or $400. I was still like, nah, not going to happen. So at TJ Maxx, the other day, I was at TJ Maxx and I saw on a shelf a bunch of weird plastic random pieces thrown around in this colorway. Some of them with the Moschino logo on them. And I'm like, oh, how interesting. Literally pieces of this hair dryer were kind of broken and all over the place. So basically it was like 10 of these, but most of them were demolished and were in bits and pieces, and they all had a price tag on them, but they were completely destroyed. I managed to find one that partially wasn't. We're going to get to the price. Remember what I told you, around $650 for full price. Chunky Shoes UK says, I missed out on that Moschino one, was on my wish list for ages. Right? Well, TJ Maxx has it. Wait till you hear the price. Remember, we started at around $600. Sure. Now, let me just show you what state this hair dryer was when I first got it. I'm going to show you a couple of pictures I took. You see, you can't really move these little bars. They're kind of hot glue gunned on the inside. But somebody, some idiot who bought this and probably sent it back to Moschino, you see. So I do believe that Moschino, everything I say in this video is alleged only, right? Just my opinion, for entertainment purposes only. Somebody tried to kind of move these little things, pegs up and down, and pushed them in and broke them and thought that they broke. You know what I mean? A lot of the hair dryers were missing this silver piece. A lot of them were missing this little top knob. A lot of them were missing the chain. A lot of them had this part broken off. I mean, it's a mess. So anyway, mine came with all the pieces. However, this was broken off. Broken. Well, we'll see in a minute. And these were completely pushed in. You could not see the red and the blue. But this was intact. There are two screws here. Let me show you, once I unscrewed this and I pulled this off, how beautifully constructed this $600+ luxury item, how well constructed in China it was. Spoiler alert. Hot glue gun. Hit it, Bubbles. So this is the state of affairs. As you can see, the red and the blue knob were completely pushed in. Now they are, again, I fixed it. They're now protruding outwards as they should. But this is how TJ Maxx was selling it. Okay. And I repeat, mine was in a better condition than most of the other ones. They were missing complete chunks of this clutch. Now let me show you the next picture. Once I unscrewed once I opened the handle of the hairdryer, this is what luxury looks like today. This is luxury. This is where it's at. So, that hole at the bottom is where the chain comes in. They hot glue gunned it. So basically this chain is hanging on for dear life, and when you tug on it too much, it's just going to fall out. That's why most of the chains were missing. Okay. And these little babies were hot glue gunned in a way that they kind of just slid inwards. But nobody's going to see this, right? Because look, it's screwed together. You don't need to see how ugly it looks on the inside. I wonder how Chanel's stuff looks. Let me show you the next picture. So then, you know, here's a close-up. Oh, the woogo-woogoism of it all. Night Air says, F-U-C-K, that doesn't even look safe. Well, this is not a real hair. Just for the record, you guys, this is not a real hair dryer. This is not a functioning hair dryer. This is not a mechanical, this is not an electronical device. This is a novelty piece that is just supposed to resemble a hair dryer. Louis says, I think that one was $1,000. I wanted to get it myself, but the price was way too much. Was it $1,000? I thought it was like $650. Maybe it was $1,000. Ivy says, I'm offended. And it not even mine. WTF is that? It's a novelty clutch. It's not a real electronical device. Stop it. I can't, says Tanya. Terry says, WTH. That is insane, says Bakery Mafia. Well, we'll go. Let me show you the next picture. This is how this just popped off. So basically, this little part here. Let me take the chain off so I can actually maneuver the hair dryer properly without the chain scratching the plastic. Okay, so this little giblet was, you know, just off, and it was just glued on with hot glue, really. You know, hot glue gun and call it a day. It's like somebody from RuPaul's Drag Race was given the task to to quickly, you know, it was like one of those quick challenges, or what are they called at the beginning of every episode? Candle wax? Gosh, get a life. No, it's really, really cheap hot glue. Shit for children is made better. Yes, Nay, this is a good point. This is not a toy. That's why it doesn't have to go through all the security measures that a toy would have to go through. So they can technically get away with producing this as a novelty piece under worse quality control than a toy would have to go through. Think about that. The toy would have sold for $15, $13, $20. But because it's a Moschino luxury piece, it can sell for $1,000. And the quality can be worse than a toy, because it's a novelty fashion item. Interesting, right? The loopholes of it all. Now, moving on to the next photo. I'm showing you, you know, more details, how this thing looks underneath when you flip it. Next photo. That's how my beautiful hair dryer will look like before I fixed it. We'll go. Next photo. All right. So here is a more kind of distant view of this piece right here. Once these two screws are off and you lift this and you flip it, that's what you see. Flip it and you twist it. We're going to reverse it. And, you know, Missy Elliott, baby. Missy Elliott in the house. So you just tug on that chain a little bit strong, which is this one that's coming out here. If you tug too much on it, it's just going to come undone and it's going to fall out. Great idea, Moschino. Moving on. We see the logo. By the way, the logo is a sticker. And you might think, oh, it's a fake because it's a sticker. No, honey. This is an authentic Moschino clutch. And if you go on their website and you go, the time machine, and you check out Moschino's photos of this little baby here from the past on their website, it's a sticker that they try to retouch away, but you can see usually on this side that the retouching, they didn't really fully do it, and you still see the line. It's a sticker. It's not even printed. It's a sticker. Nay says, I just gasped audibly. Louis says, I sent you a screenshot on Instagram. It was $995. Oh my God. Hold on, Louis. Let me check. Let me check the magic of it all. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So Louis just sent me a screenshot, y'all, from Moschino's website. US dollars, 955, right down there. I'll zoom in. So here you go. 955 bucks. The sticker. The sticker. You see, they did not retouch the line of the sticker away on that side. Maybe you don't see it very well here, but it's there. 955 bucks. This is luxury today, honey. This is how they're messing with us. Okay? So let me show you the next picture. This is how the chain, this little silicone piece comes through, and then it goes there. The two screws that are unscrewed come in there. Speaking of cum, little joke. I know, I am a monster. All right, to jail with you, Dacob. Okay, next picture. Now, mind you, how can you repair this? It's originally intended to be hot glue gun, so there's no really, you can't fix this unless you don't use hot glue. So I used a better hot glue, a gold version, translucent, so you're going to see soon. This is the fix. The golden part is what I added, okay? And the white part is what they had. I took off, where is it? The whole white chunk that they had here with these knobs completely loose. I took it off. Here it is. I have it here as proof. I took off their chunk of cheap, really cheap hot glue. All right. And I had to redo it. And I added, a lot here so that the chain was protected a bit more. And then I add a little slob here as well, so it's harder to pull out. That there's nothing more you can do, you guys, without damaging the exterior of the plastic. If you put screws in it, and there's nothing else you can do, Next. Somebody wrote by hand the 38. This was written by the people in the factory. I don't know what the 38 stands for, but anyway. A jack of all trades, is there anything you can't do? Says Natasha Brown. Well, we'll go. So there you go. It's fixed. Fixed. Wait till you hear the price. Look how beautiful it looks now. Like brand new. Like it just came out of the China factory. And this is a little close-up of that little extra thing. The extra slob of hot glue that I added here just to protect the chain a little bit more from tugging out. And that's that. So $1,000 hair dryer. $50. So Moschino probably, since they can't destroy certain things anymore, I guess this is kind of a loophole. They sell it off to like TJ Maxx or whatever for pennies. $50. I personally think that $50 is still too much for this, considering that I had to fix it. To me, this is a $15 toy, novelty. Not even a toy, because toy has better. A toy, $9.95 says Chizzes, right? $9.95, because a toy would be better quality. It's supposed to be safe for kids. Marina says a fake would be better quality, easy. Well, I mean, they would both be made in China. Now, the interesting thing about this, however, is the glossiness that they added to the finish. That makes this piece look beautiful. It has a beautiful glossy high shine finish, which I do like. The little silicone knob here, which I don't know what you could do with this, but we can always find ways to use this. Teresa says $5. Well, I got it for the sake of science and for archiving one of the last pieces Jeremy Scott designed for Moschino before they left him, or he left them. And then we all know how that went after they got a new artistic director. They lost him too. So, but this $50 for my archives and, for the purpose of this video, just to delve deeper into what is going on with these fashion houses, luxury fashion houses, and how they're moving the merch that's defect, flawed, surplus, didn't sell. This is what they do. This is what they do. And most of the stuff I've seen, the luxury stuff I've seen at TJ Maxx is flawed. There's holes in the clothes, stuff is ripped. Rejects. They don't care. They just put a price on it, whatever. Some, idiot is going to buy it. Well, some idiot did. Moi. At least this piece is functional. It's completely, it has it didn't come with its dust bag. Who knows where the dust bag ended, but the chain is still in pristine condition. Now we fixed this. This is not missing. It's there. The little silver, the little silver blow thing right over there is there. Everything is fine. This is not damaged. The chain is perfect. The hinge works. All of the knobs are there. The sticker is intact. This has been, glued back on. So there you go. Do you think this was worth $50? Do you think this was worth $1,000? Or has luxury fashion just become trash? Either way, I think it's really interesting to have this in my archives as a beautiful example of how low we have sunken. Luxury is dead. Do you believe me now, or should we make another episode? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you loads. Thumb up the video and subscribe.